Welcome back to Between Two Racks with the Kilo Crew, +1. This week's episode, we are honored to have our first guest, Robert Legare from ATP Labs.
Thank you for having me in.
So to get started, Robert, I want our followers to know how ATP started. And before that, I also want to mention that for us, when we make partnerships, it's really about trusting our partners, especially when something like supplements, because we know that's an industry that can be all over the place. Mm-hmm. So for us, it was a big deal to partner with someone that we personally trusted, because when we put our name and the Kilo name with someone, that someone needs to meet the Kilo standards.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you wanted to talk about kind of yourself and then how ATP got started.
Yeah, so I'm one of the owners of ATP Lab. The company was created, I can say, in 2010. And I love to say it was created based on deception, because I've worked with so many companies before. That, they say, oh, we do great thing, we do high quality stuff, and then you found out they're crappy. Mm-hmm. So, same thing happened with my partner Vince. So Vince had worked with several companies, he's a naturopath, and then it happened that we start working together. So I opened a gym, and he came to my gym, and we got an office, and we start talking about having a supplement line, because everything high quality was not cheap label, but how we can say it?
Boring.
Like boring label?
Yeah.
So I don't want to mention any company, but all the high-end company have boring label, white jars with stickers saying what's inside. Yeah. And they put what's inside. Yeah. And we start looking at those companies, say, maybe we can do like kind of a merge, doing something high quality with a, non-boring label.
To attract fun people.
Yeah. And then, we start looking at it, and then Vince introduced me to one of his friends, Steve. We had a talk together, all the three of us, and then he said, we'll bring someone else. Also, Steve said one of my partner in other company will join us. So Charles joined in. Then we start looking for the labeling, the formulation, and we were looking at different company. At that time, the standard were like the Poliquin, brand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody was talking about that. Strength trainers, number one, everyone. Then let's say you had estrogen protocol. You will need to purchase like 5 different products because they were all single ingredient. Mm-hmm. Then people start doing the protocol. Then after a month or two, they were dropping one of the the bottle because they didn't want to renew it. Then too complicated, taking 5 capsules, blah blah blah. Then we'll look at it and say, maybe we can merge those supplements together and upgrade the formula and, launch something. Then we start with 3 capsule products. Usually company will start with a protein, a glutamine, a weight gainer, a pre-workout, whatever. We didn't went that way because we were not like typical company. Because usually those big companies that you see like in, you can say mass market, they are mostly like marketing company at the base. So nobody don't train. They don't have, they will have a consultant to help them create the formulation. But the formulation usually are sometimes copycat of the other company they want to chase after. But we want to do things differently. Then we start looking at, what we call in Canada the non-medicinal ingredient. And here in the US, you have, I think, less company doing that, but they put blends, saying, okay, you got the blends.
Like the proprietary
exactly.
Blends, yeah.
But we can't do that in Canada, so it's more severe. We need to describe everything, all ingredient. And then the high-end company who we're looking at, they were having like, let's say, magnesium stearate. I said, why are you doing that? Why are they doing that? Because it's not good for the gut. Not the gut health. And then we search by and the learning curve of producing, manufacturing supplement. Magnesium stearate is easier to put ingredient in capsule.
So just the actual process of getting it into the capsule is easier? Okay.
Exactly. It's called a flow. It's a flow agent, so it's easier
To mix and stuff?
to mix everything and have it, put in capsule. Then we're looking at powder product that were, tend to cake, like, in the jar after a couple of use. They were putting silicon dioxide. They were, why do that? Why do that? And other company had white capsule. We didn't check that when we start manufacturing, but white capsule, the whitening ingredient, it's titanium dioxide, which is not.
So like the shell of capsules you're talking about. So just like the
gel cap.
The gel cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be the top ingredients you would say that they use as fillers that aren't really
I would
like
say
the most
like
common ones?
Magnesium stearate, I would say. Then you will have in powder, you will have also the anti-caking agent will be silicon dioxide. And the white capsule also.
Yeah.
It's not a large amount, but there's some people say, oh, no, you can use it, no problem. But it is at a long term.
Yeah.
And if you take 5, 6, 7, 10 capsule a day.
Yeah, it adds up. So one capsule is not a big deal, but
Exactly.
And we take more than just.
You can,
I take 10 per meal.
yeah, so you can, one, it can upset your stomach a bit, but you won't feel it probably.
Yeah.
So it's going to be super.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after a couple of days, if you use it, on a regular basis, you will start having gut issue, and you don't. Oh, maybe something I ate, or maybe it's the supplement.
Yeah.
It's not a supplement. Sometimes it's the details.
Yeah.
My partner Vince always says the devil's hide in detail.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
And that's why we take so much attention to details, because I want my my children, my grandchildren, they could be able to take the product, so it could be powder, anything. So that's why, like, our greens and red are organic. You don't want to have, concentrated, veggies and fruit with a concentration of pesticide and herbicide in your product.
Yep. Yep.
And so people are not
People don't
so
see
attention
that.
to
Yeah,
that. They put, no. Oh, they look at the price? They say, oh, that's fine. Or what we saw, it's companies saying that they have that amount, let's say 25 gram of protein in a scoop, and they will cut corner and use, in Canada, we have a regulation that you can make the mistake of 20%, but some take that mistake of 20%, and they will, do amino spiking, they could put maltodextrin. What we say to customer, the easiest way is to take your empty scoop. You measure your scoop, the weight of the scoop, and then you take a full scoop of the protein, flush to the, and if it's more than 30 gram, you get something of a higher density in it. Huh. Could be maltodextrin.
Yeah.
So that's why some people say, oh, I'm taking an isolate product. I get dairy sensitivity, but I don't feel anything when I take that brand. You only got probably just 10 gram of protein inside it.
It's funny because that's interesting because, like, I've noticed, like, years ago when I started using your products, Kelsey and I, we meal prep and weigh our food all the time, so we always have the scale. So whenever I prep my girly breakfast,
I love that.
with the beef protein and the grass-fed whey, like, I've noticed because I always do the flush scoop, and the scoop always weighs exactly, like, to a gram, like what it's supposed to weigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the filler content is like absent. It's crazy.
Yep.
What year did ATP start?
2011.
When I graduated high school.
Oh. She just asked that just to be
I'm start feeling old. It's going to be 15 years in January.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2011, and then for you when you started, you just said you just had 4 products primarily,
Yeah.
and then from those 4 products, what made you then choose your next grouping of products?
We were manufactured by 3 companies at that time.
Okay.
When we start, then we start having issue with the manufacturer saying, "Oh yeah, oh no, it's fine. We'll use that," and we were not that confident, and we want to control the supply chain, choose a supplier, choose the ingredient, validate the ingredient first, and everything. Then we start building the lab in 2015, and start producing in 2016.
Oh, okay. So then it was, you were just using manufacturers,
Yeah.
but then it was your
It was
own
contract manufacturer, so we were
Okay.
using different because of their specialties. Then we've looked at
To do your own.
yeah.
And now I know currently you're in the process of expanding
Correct.
your lab.
For the last year, we evaluated we'll have lost 20-25% of business, not losing it, but not producing enough.
Yeah.
So we have started last year building a new lab and everything, an expansion of the same lab we have right now. So to be able to do like maybe in the next year, close to 5 times what we can do right now.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And I think because I know a lot of our students are using ATP, and we personally know, yes, there are products out of stock, but at the same time, now understanding the backstory of it, I think it makes me value it a little bit more, because it's you guys being like, no, we don't have the current capability of doing this in our own lab.
This also, and sometimes we have delay of shipping, and
Yeah.
we don't want to have another ingredient instead or compromise.
Yeah.
We had so much issue last year with organic cacao. So all the supplier was, we use regular one. We write organic on our label, so we want to put organic in the product.
Yeah.
So at the beginning we didn't make that much marketing, because I was using to say the money we have, we put it in a jar.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies spend more money on marketing than they do on their products. So that's,
A couple of
cool to know
companies
that.
spend too much marketing versus what they're making, but that's another story.
I think it's
Story.
probably more than a couple.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of one of the things we wanted to talk about with you is, and I know you've brought a lot of it up already, but the supplement industry as a whole is definitely something that you have to be extremely cautious about as a consumer. And
Yeah, because consumer will look at the price first. And it's weird because when it's come to their dog, they're not looking at the price first.
Yeah.
But for their children,
for their children, we're like,
or for
Themselves.
themselves,
Yeah.
they will look at the price first. But let's talk about like the omega-3. You will purchase like soft gel of omega-3
at
Costco, Walmart, or whatever you can
Drives me
imagine.
crazy.
And the concentration of EPA, DHA are usually super low. The oil is rancid already, or you don't know where it's coming from.
yeah.
It will come from China. I don't want to talk about against Chinese,
we won't get political.
but the omega-3 will work. The omega-3 are the only product we are not making in-house because we don't have the facility to do it. But the company we're working with, we told them clearly we want oil from deep sea fish. It's Norway or Chile. Both part of the planet. You will have anchovy, sardine, and mackerel.
Okay.
So they
So
call
all small fish.
all small fish because you will have less heavy metal in them. When you get to bigger fish like the tuna, will feed from, and even like the dolphin, they will have so much heavy metal in their their flesh, and on their fatty also tissue. So you don't want to have you want the smallest available. That's why krill was so popular at the time, but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But you want to have deep sea fish, wild caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me personally, the fish oil, I take the omega-3, the liquid. I'm someone...
Which flavor you said it was? Your favorite?
I like the green apple. But me personally with fish oils, because I prefer the liquid. I just find it easier in the morning just to take my spoonful of fish oil. But it's the one that I don't get the burpy
the
fish
burp.
oil or anything like that. And the green apple, yes, it's delicious. I love it.
So is it true that because I've heard like before, if you open up a gel cap and it smells really fishy, that's an indication that it's rancid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way for people to check.
But you don't want to do that.
No, like it's still going to smell like fish, but just the difference between
Yes.
bad fish and good
Yeah.
fish.
I know you were telling us yesterday when we were talking about it with the fish oil, so this is the one product that you don't have in your lab, but also you were telling the story where there was someone that had the fish oil in their lab and there were just seagulls around constantly.
Yeah, because the smell will attract seagull,
Yeah.
even though there's not no water around, but it's like that. So the smell will attract those birds. For sure.
But what's cool too with your fish oil, you put antioxidants in the product
to be sure that it doesn't.
It's very stable.
And this is something people were asking a lot of time. Oh, why don't you do a 500 ml? Larger jar.
Yeah, because
Gets rancid.
It gets rancid too quick.
It's going to get oxidized also. Because even if you keep it in the fridge and you forgot to take it, like you take it for 30 days and you forgot and you come back 2 months after that. It's not going to be that good.
So that's another problem with like the Costco fish oils, where the bottles are clear, so it's getting that light, so it's getting oxidized. So that's what people don't know. Like a lot of people ask, like, how do you know? Well, one, you have to look at the bottle to make sure that it's opaque, so it doesn't get
amber.
any light.
It's an amber bottle.
Yeah, and then smaller bottles.
And
stuff.
make sure to keep it in the fridge. And even your soft gel.
Yeah,
should keep them in the fridge to make sure.
And then, Robert, is it true, too, that like the fish oil, like the liquid fish oil, like when you're using it, you don't necessarily want to leave it open for more than like 10, 20 seconds?
Yeah, you open them, you serve yourself, and you put it back in the fridge. Yeah, and some people, couple of people will drink it directly from the bottle.
That can't be
and
good.
you can't do that.
No.
You're gonna, the bacteria in your mouth will affect the oil. So.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone listening is like, that's
in
me.
your car.
Oh.
Remember in HB, we had someone who came in and was like, oh, the fish oil is all melted. I'm like, what do you think? Don't leave that in your car.
At that temperature like we got today outside,
here,
you could have soft gel.
It'd be really soft.
So one question I have, because I'm curious for this, is because you guys have like a pretty broad line of supplements, like from highly specialized products to more like sports performance. But typically, I know that in general, the industry, it's mostly like sports performance driven, like all the bodybuilding companies with the pre-workout, post-workout. But for you guys, is it more the peri-workout nutrition that's sort of your biggest sellers, or you're still doing really, really well with the specialized product?
I would say, the line is divided by color. So orange will be for general health, red for performance. You got pink for women, blue for men, and indigo blue for neurological health. The most popular will be the performance line, for sure. Then the general health. Because, we built a company saying that if you want to perform, you need to have a good foundation. So from within, you need to build up your health before be able to perform.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the performance brand is definitely the more popular because the protein are still really popular. And right now, last week I was at the CHFA Canadian Health Food Association, and everything got protein in it. You will find protein granola, protein gummies, protein.
Pasta, protein.
Sparkling water. Protein, sparkling water.
But do they put, so what protein do they put in those? Because a lot of them, they do put collagen.
Yeah, but
right?
they mostly will be vegan protein because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But like the sparkling water was a clear isolate inside it.
Oh, there was?
Doesn't taste that good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You're not used to have like drinking something tasting fruity and the aftertaste of protein at the end, like the bitter taste, and the sparkling at the same time. So it's kind of weird. But most those company will use like the cheapest form, or you will see milk protein.
Oh, I have a question about that.
Milk protein.
So what is it that when it's milk protein? Like, is it just like milk dehydrated?
Like skim milk.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah,
that's what I
like 0% skim milk.
Yep.
Would be a milk protein. They can say because it's high content in protein.
Yep.
But it still have high content in carbohydrate that will be lactose.
I was trying to explain that to someone. They're like, yeah, but it says it has 50 grams of protein, and I'm like, but
where
it's just
coming
milk protein.
from. And people when they are looking right now, okay, I'm purchasing that. It got 20 grams of protein. Okay, but go lower. You still have 34 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They don't care about the sugar. I got 20 grams of protein.
Mm-hmm.
It's the trend. The trend right now. We were looking like 3 years ago, everything was mushroom based. 2 years after that, before that, sorry, everything was coconut based.
It's so true. It's like what we always talk about it in terms of training. It just, it comes around and goes.
Yeah. So right now, it's creatine.
Yep.
So we have creatine in everywhere. All the podcasts about sports nutrition or performance will talk about creatine, but creatine's been there for how long?
At least 34 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's the most studied supplement, and then they just came out again with the same study.
What's the creatine HCl? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be absorbed faster, but
Is there really HCl in it?
probably, yeah. We're not using that.
Yeah, no.
We're only using a creatine bind with magnesium called creatine Magna Power, and creatine monohydrate also to have like a full 5 gram per serving in our Myoprime.
Yeah.
But there's trend in that also. Buffered creatine or
Like
3-malate creatine. But all studies were made with creatine monohydrate.
Yeah.
So.
With the Myoprime, the creatine, because I know we use it pre-workout, but sometimes I just kind of want it like randomly in the day. Is that something
you can take it on off day of training also? Yeah, because you will have the benefit of the creatine inside for general health. But we also put like peak ATP and HMBCA that will help perform better when you train. So we love to call that product more just a creatine product, but it's a performance enhancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got some people coming to us. The product was made for strength training and hypertrophy, but some people came to us and say, "Oh, I'm using before cycling. I love it." Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Before football game, and I love it. Same thing with our ENOS. We got some cyclists that made some weird tests with ENOS, and some Olympic athlete taking it before, let's say, heptathlon. Oh, I love the performance I get when I'm training with ENOS. Okay, it's not designed for that.
But if you
got
feel
that
benefit.
result, exactly.
I mean, ENOS, is it a popular product for you guys?
Because of the taste, no.
Yeah.
I don't have
People
any.
try it for the effect, but we will work in 2026. We will work on different flavor for ENOS right
Because
now.
to me, I find that's like, it's an underrated product.
Yeah.
Because I think it's awesome. I know you really like it,
Yeah.
but especially with hypertrophy or absolute strength cycles, with the accumulation phase, when there's a lot of volume, man, like the pump you get from
they will
this
be able to do using ENOS. You can do like 2-3 reps more with the same weight you have used before, and it's not instant strength. It's just because you're able to generate more.
I pretty much do it every pre-workout. But you keep me. I always have a little bit more volume than others.
Yeah, you tend to have volume.
The other part I wanted to talk about, so we recommend everyone ATP supplements, obviously, and you have certain certifications for your supplements.
Yeah, the first one, we are certified by Health Canada because we need to be certified and have a license, and they come and evaluate everything we do. We are also one of the 2 labs in Canada that are banned substance certified. So we are only 2. You can have your product certified, but having the lab certified also, that's another part because we need to test everything inside the lab. So they will swab like the scale we're using, where the staff is putting some stuff. They swab, and we do that like 2 times a year. And this is to renew our license. Yeah. And then we send product. Every batch that want to be certified, we have to send them away. Several of our products also gluten-free certified, and some of them are also EcoCert. So EcoCert is the USDA organic equivalent.
Okay.
But you need to show all the invoice of the ingredient you have put in the batch to be certified. So when we do like a greens and red batch, we have to show all the invoice of all and the COA certification of all the ingredient put in the product to be certified. So it's not like a friendly certification.
Yeah.
It needs to be applied.
Well, with the Health Canada one, I thought it was pretty interesting when you said when you test for banned substances and how you have to be careful with your employees.
Yeah.
I couldn't work in your lab.
Kelsey would be banned.
Yeah. The challenge to having a banned substance facility is that when we hire someone, first question will be, are you taking drugs? Do you smoke pot?
Yeah.
Because pot is legal in Canada right now. So it's tough to find young people that are not smoking pot to work in a facility. And when we decide to be Inform Sport certified, when they came to the lab and visit us, they told a story about a lab that was closed when they lost their certification because they found cocaine in the lab. And the weird, because they can test, this
is a great fat burner.
And they can find the equivalent of a teaspoon in an Olympic pool.
Wow.
So if someone taking drug and he pee in the pool and you just scoop and found out, there's someone swimming that take banned substance. And when they found cocaine in the lab, so the company was, flabbergasted, you can say. We don't have any cocaine in here. How can you find cocaine in our product? Because we don't have any cocaine in here. So they start
investigating,
and they look at staff. And one of the staff, he was kind of snoring when he was tired in the afternoon, and then didn't took care of wash his hand or his nose, and then he brought particle of cocaine in the lab.
That's how sensitive.
That's how they lost their license.
Wow.
So that's why we tell the staff it's not a joke.
Yeah.
We are kind of friendly in the lab in the office, but this is not a joke. We can't joke about that. So,
well, and I think too, based on the stories you've been telling us, you do have who works for you. Yeah. You keep a close eye on who's in your lab, what's going on, which is also important.
Yeah. So we like a big family, but like I said, we can do some joke, but with that we don't joke.
No.
Definitely not.
Regarding the industry as a whole, so you have these certifications, but does a supplement company to get started need to get any of these? No, right?
No, not really.
Yeah.
In Canada, you need at first the Health Canada certification, but the other are all optional. Right now, we are looking to be NSF also, and NSF for sport. So we'll decide. We'll stay Inform Sport or NSF for sport. So just to understand what is NSF, if you put something in your jar, you need to write it. But this doesn't make you necessarily good product. Because if you put bug shit, you just write bug shit in your label and you can be NSF. Okay. Oh. But if you're NSF for sport, but if you're NSF for sport, your bug shit need to be banned substance free.
Okay. So it still doesn't make your product with quality ingredients.
Correct. Robert, I have a questions for this. Being in the U.S., so I know that Inform Sports means that your product has been checked for banned substances.
Correct.
So technically speaking, an NFL, MLB guy, NCAA athlete could use it and not get busted.
Exactly.
But does the U.S. sporting agencies recognize Inform for sports, or it has to be NSF for sports in order to?
Usually they accept both of them.
They do
now, yeah.
So why would you need to do the other? Why would you want the NSF?
It's the NSF is just a higher certification to say this is exactly what you will find in the product, what's on the label. The NSF for sport is just to decide which one will be easier, because the testing sometimes can be longer. Yeah. So that's another part of why we get some product that are back order. So like my sales team, they will come and say, "Oh, what's coming out soon?" So I do it, as a joke. I just take pictures of the quarantine of all, the several thousand bottles that are waiting there to be released.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for other company, they don't have that challenge because they only test. When they test, they only test bacteria, contaminant, pathogen. Yeah. They don't test banned substance, so they get that delay easier. So sometimes banned substance can take up to 3-4 weeks to be released because they send the release, or they send, we need to retest, and we ask, what did you find? We found nothing. Okay, what do you want to retest? Because we're not sure that we found nothing. Okay. We'll wait, but
But like,
Yeah.
it's like you need a.
With the Inform for Sport and NSF for Sport sometimes, because I do find that there are just banned ingredients that aren't necessarily bad ingredients. They've just selected them as banned. And I know over the course this weekend, Alex was talking about the deer antler velvet in it,
Yeah.
but that's just
this
banned.
is not banned. It's not just not certified. Because
Okay.
sometimes they got molecule that can be close to banned substance.
Okay.
Like resveratrol. We have a product with resveratrol. We can have it certified because the molecule of resveratrol is so close to DHEA. So they don't want to take, chances.
Just
Yeah.
to make it easier for testing in
Yeah.
terms of.
And
Yes.
sometimes make sure that there's nothing. They will tell us they have potential traces of something. So this is not a lot of. Probably you couldn't test for that.
Mm-hmm.
But potential traces not good. But potential traces, that's not a lot.
One product I did want to talk about because we know creatine is popular right now, but for us and what we try to get everyone drinking during workouts is EAAs.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to talk about EAAs because I know obviously we use ATP EAAs, but is there something in the industry where, again, people have to look out with that product?
Mostly you will have the amount of EAs you will get first in a serving. So we try to put the most amount of active ingredient in everything. So you will get EAs, flavors, and sweetener. The sweetener will be stevia and monk fruit. We'll talk about stevia and monk fruit later. But some company will put you like, oh, it tastes like candy. Mm-hmm. And you look, you have 4 grams of EAs. Because they put mostly
Candy.
flavors, candy flavor, or whatever you can imagine. And one time, my partner Vince was talking with someone in the industry saying, how can you have your EAs taste, not the aftertaste of EAs because they taste bitter.
Yeah.
And they were using artificial flavors and sucralose. So this is hiding a lot. But sometimes you still have, the back,
Aftertaste.
the aftertaste of the bitterness of the EAs. And the answer was, we just don't put EAs. We just put, BCAAs and a bit of glutamine. And then we don't bother to put the EAs inside it. But this is the sad part of the industry.
Yeah.
Because when people found this, everybody's in the same basket.
Yeah, that's true.
All supplements are crap.
Yeah.
Like, the vegan protein that were found out, there were a high amount of heavy metal inside it. So everybody's saying, all supplements are crap. Because all supplements have heavy metal. No, those companies we test for heavy metal.
Yeah.
And we don't use product with high heavy metal content.
Mm-hmm. That's what people need to understand. For a high quality supplement, you're gonna have to pay more money because of all the certifications you get, all the the quality
testing.
ingredients, the testing, all that stuff just will increase the price.
If we compare the industry supplement to the car industry,
Yeah.
people understand more car.
Yeah.
But if there's a recall on the car, this doesn't make the Ferrari cheap car.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. And people don't understand the supplement company because they don't know.
Yeah.
Or if they have an issue, they got gut problem, it's a supplement. Mm-hmm. They don't think what they have ate, the night before. It's always a supplement.
It's so true.
It's
Everyone
always
always wants to blame it on the
It's
supplement.
always a supplement.
It might
You
be.
have a headache in the morning, it's probably the magnesium I took. Not the 15 beers. It's the magnesium.
I mean, one of the stories years ago that I like to use with like my friends or whoever, that my party trick when people ask about like supplements and is like, if you have the supplements, like not the supplements, but the ingredients that come to your lab, before they even get to the lab, you test them.
Yeah.
And you test them for quality, for
Potency, pathogen, contaminant, whatever you can imagine. Even if the COA says they're clear, we sample them before using them.
Yeah. But then if you don't like that supplement because it doesn't pass your standards, well, that ingredient company isn't going to throw away that supplement.
Sometimes they will tell us, okay, just destruct it, and we keep it and put it in quarantine in
you get rid of it
for destruction, or sometimes they will, depending on the amount.
Yeah. But I've also heard that sometimes they just take it back
Send
and
it
then
back. They will sell it to someone else.
They'll sell it to somebody else. So that's like a big difference in terms of like, that's why you need to really trust your company, because someone else is going to use it. Exactly. Or even back in the day when they used to have like mass gainers and it was just like baking batter, and then they would put like steroids in it. And then people would like...
It tasted good and you were getting jacked
really
up.
good and you get jacked, but you're eating cake batter and steroids.
It was interesting back in the 90s because people weren't... The average trainee was not as educated on supplement or nutrition. So a supplement company like back in Quebec, the Dunkin' Hines mix spiked with like nandrolone and stuff. Like like people would buy this product and it was half the price of everything else. People would have great results, and they literally thought that protein powder could be such an amazing anabolic compound. But nowadays, everybody know. I would hope most people know that you're not going to gain 15 pounds of muscle in 1 month using a protein powder.
Maybe that's what scared all the women into taking protein powders. They're like, look at what happened.
We have that question usually. Is your protein okay for women, or is it your protein okay if I'm looking for fat loss?
Yeah,
protein is protein. It's not a fat. It's not a fat burning, or it's not a weight gainer.
Yeah. Or then some people think that they're not natural if they're taking protein powder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I
got that text from a family member recently.
Or parent reaching us.
Yes.
Well,
Parents
can my child take electrolytes?
Well, do they eat food?
No, but I ask them, are you giving Gatorade to your kids?
Yeah.
I don't want to say company name.
But
I wouldn't give Gatorade to my kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the formulation now. The formulation back in the 70s, yes.
Yeah.
But not the formulation we have on the market now.
All the coloring and stuff.
Coloring, and the high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Back in the days was maltodextrin, lemon flavor, orange flavor. There was only two flavors. And the electrolytes.
Yeah.
Like speaking of electrolyte, like I really like the electrolyte Excel. Because most electrolytes you see on the market, it's always the same thing. It's like a sodium base, a magnesium base. Sometimes they use potassium. But like what's interesting with you guys is electrolyte is how many different compounds you guys add in it. So, like, what was the reasoning behind having such a broad...
All the formulations are made by Vince, my partner, and he's taking care to look at all the studies and what makes sense. Because there are sometimes studies don't make sense, depending on who finances them.
Exactly.
But what's making sense and what is balance. Lots of electrolytes right now are so many sodium inside, it's crazy. So you don't have enough potassium. So... It's all logical, science-based, and evidence-based. So what we look on the market also.
Do you recommend your electrolytes for like during training, performance type of thing the most? Okay.
Or anybody that's when I got here, people that are sweating a lot, working outside, just take electrolyte.
Yeah.
Just water won't replenish your.
Well, that's what I was drinking while teaching yesterday because I was sweating my ass off teaching. So
and drinking 2 gallons of coffee.
Yeah, but it's good and it's cool because like there's a coconut water base. There's like 2 different strain of magnesiums. There's beetroot juice. There's potassium in it. There's sodium, obviously.
Yeah, it's a complete formula.
Yeah. And they're tasty.
Before the formula, we had ribose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was jacking the price because ribose was increasing, and people didn't understand what it was. Taking electrolytes, and you could improve your endurance with ribose. So, and it was caking. It was making electrolyte being like a block.
Like chunky.
So we decide to remove it because if people wash their hands. They don't, wipe them enough and then put their hands inside the jar. There's humidity going in. Mm-hmm. And then worse,
if they're still sweaty and then they put their...
So we remove the ribose and put the coconut water just to have more electrolyte.
Yeah.
And improve the taste also.
Yeah. I know, it's very good.
Yep.
Super random, but what's the compound in the ENOS that makes it that it needs to be refrigerated?
We haven't completely found it yet, but I think it's the nitrogen and the glycerol, both of them. They are sensitive to humidity, so there's less humidity in the fridge. So, or if you leave it like on the countertop or in your gym bag, worse.
Yeah.
It will become like a block. So we are also working on that too. Because we have the problem with the electrolyte is now gone. So we want to do the same thing with the ENOS to make sure maybe switch an ingredient or upgrade the formula. So that's what we're going to do in the next year. We're going to retouch every formulation to upgrade them to a 2.0, 3.0.
Nice.
So, and
Well, that's good. I mean, that's
innovation. And just keeping up,
And new flavor will come in also when we'll be able to be at full capacity. We also purchased a pouch machine to do single serve. So we'll be able to have like electrolytes and single serve when you're traveling, or some team, some of our customer are professional team or university, and having single serve will be much easier. Say, giving to the guys like you're decking cards. Here you go. Here you go.
I think the difference too with you guys is you also train and Vince trains. So it's different when the people in the company themselves also care about what we focus on so much. A lot of company out there are at the base marketing company. Yeah.
So we know what we need. We know what the people needs. We had trained people before, and we know what people want also. So it's not just following a trend or what we would like for us.
Yeah.
We know what people need. The needs to be, satisfied in their nutrition that are maybe not sufficient, or to improve their performance in gyms or in their sport.
Yeah. Another thing regarding the supplements that I know we were discussing is sometimes on the bottle it might just say 1 capsule for the serving. Yeah. So just kind of if you can explain a little bit of why that happens for that.
Labeling in Canada is regulated by Health Canada. So when we do formulation, we ask and we put this ingredient and this one. First, we look at color monography in Canada. So if there's ingredient we can't use in Canada yet, and we need to check that first. Then we do the formulation and we say this would be a 3 capsule a day serving. But sometimes they say no. You will put 1 capsule a day for that product. Let's say magnesium. If you look on Health Canada's website for nutritional recommendation, they will say you need a minimum of 400 milligram of elemental magnesium a day. In our Cinermag, 1 capsule is 100 milligram of elemental magnesium. But they say you would find magnesium in your food, daily food. Like if you eat 2 cups of oyster a day, you could get close to that, or half a pound of walnut.
So shit ton of calories and potential seafood
too.
But why such a because magnesium, even if you take more, it's not like
I know.
But I remember even when I worked at Poliquin though, like Canada was definitely sticklers for like amounts. I remember melatonin was always one that it was like
melatonin was banned in Canada for a long time. And the vitamin D, we just got the regulation changed. It was 1,000 UE a day, nothing more. Now we can go to 250. And there are so many studies. People
like
are
5,
so
000,
low in vitamin D. If we following functional doctor, they will say you need about 35 times your weight daily. So like Kelsey, you would need like 4,000 units a day minimum. And then you test your vitamin D, and it's not that much. It won't go up like toxicity level.
No, I remember, and then going back to the Ciner Sleep, because I do know this is one that a lot of our students have tried when they're here, and they notice a big difference in their sleep. So with that one, me, I'm a responder to supplements. So
Yeah.
I know the first time I took it, like I just needed one and it made a difference. And then even you, Alex, you've been good on one,
one.
but he was telling us yesterday that it's like you can take up to 4.
Yeah, some people will need more because it's when you look at the label, we need to write it. Okay, we put that amount of macroactive melatonin, but it's not that much melatonin. If you look right under the product, it will say it will provide 250 microgram of melatonin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's microactive, so it's time release over 7 hours. So one small dosage can do a long run. If you take, some people don't find that they're sleep deep enough with just one. So you take 2, not enough. You take 3, and if you
definitely gonna try more.
up, if you wake up like on the next day groggy, you just step back for 1.
Yeah.
You say, 2, I was good, but 3, I'm feeling not that good on the next day.
Does the body adapt to it? Like, do you find like if people take it like consistently, like day after day after day, does it?
You can do something like.
Like you skip a few days.
Naturopaths say they call it 6-1 method.
Yeah.
So you can take 6 day on, 1 day off, or 6 week off, 1 day off, 1 week off. Sorry, this could prevent the body to adapt to the product. We have the same thing with the product for test boosting.
Yep.
It says on the label you need to consult your doctor if you want to use it more than 12 days. But it's just because some of the ingredients are less active if you take them on too long term. So you can take 2 weeks, 1 week off, or take 4 weeks and take 2 weeks off and then cycle it like that. So, just to keep the product active.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing with a protein because it's a food.
Yeah.
But some ingredient, you can just take a break sometime and start it back. For magnesium, could be considered as a food. Same thing with zinc because you usually have it in
It's
your...
just like minerals.
It's more nootropics, right?
Yeah.
Usually
or the
that
herbs
needs,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to cycle it to keep the benefit effect.
Yeah.
Like nootropic is so popular right now, you can switch from one to another, and still have the effect all the time.
Very cool.
What are you, regarding the new lab, obviously you'll be excited when you don't have to deal with as many back orders of types of things.
Yeah.
But what are like some of the other components for ATP that is the most exciting for the growth towards the new lab?
Just having, the capacity to produce more will be it's exciting. We can't wait for that. The pouching machine will be exciting too. And my sales team see it as sample. And I like to call it single serve.
Yeah.
Because they want to, throw it away to the customer so they try. But, sampling is a good way to sell also. Because people, let's say Myoprime. You try Myoprime that you haven't used before. You just try it one time and say, oh my God, it's really working. Or sometimes people, like for center collagen and inflammatory control, people start using those products and say, is it placebo? Because the pain is gone.
Yeah.
It's not placebo because
if
you're not sure at the beginning and you just start using it, when the pain's gone, the pain's gone. And,
those are the cool products for people to start. That's what I was saying in class, where like if you're trying to get someone to start like taking supplements, give them something that they can feel right away, and then they'll, it's kind of proof in the concept. And
the idea in supplement. Okay, you talked about it yesterday. I think you talked about it. It's a supplement.
Yeah.
You need to fix first your habit, your food, your nutrition, and everything. And we'll love to say that any supplement, when you buy a supplement, you buy the idea. Okay, this is going to make me sleep better. This is going to make me remove the pain I have in my shoulder or whatever you can imagine. When you renew, you're renewing the effect.
Yeah.
So sometimes people are going from supplement company to supplement company because they want to fix something. Oh, I'm trying that and I'm not sleeping good. Or people want to take magnesium because they learn that it's going to help their sleep. Magnesium can do so much things. It's involved in 300 enzymatic function and even more. Yeah. And 75 to 80% of the population are deficient in magnesium. So people hear about that, purchase online, they go in a store, they don't ask anything, they purchase a bottle, just taking 1 capsule a day. And they say, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Yeah.
Write to us, and will help you have the optimal dosage according to your habit. If you're training, if you're a man of 300 pounds or a woman of 100 pounds, it's not the same amount you should take. Recommendation on label are not always good, so we're glad when we have product like Center Collagen. They say 2 capsules 3 times a day, because all the ingredients we have inside, it's split in 6 capsules. They say, oh, it's good. You can write that. And flame control, the same thing.
Yeah. And you guys are also really good at always using clinically
therapeutic doses.
Yeah, like you don't just put a compound because it's popular, even though
it's scientific based all the time, all the time.
That's true, because a lot of the things now do just put whatever the next hot ingredient, the trends are, and it's like basically a no dose. It's just to make something popular.
If you find the trend, you will find a creatine, caffeine based with mushroom and coconut flavored.
You're speaking to me, Robert.
So, like, going forward in the supplement industry, like, based on that, do you think it's going to be more people getting better at the overall formulations? So how the ingredients interact with each other to get better results, more so than actual innovations on a new line of, because like creatine's really hot right now, but creatine is creatine at the end of the day. It's what else could be formulated with that creatine to get more beneficial
product. Having higher quality, because creatine will be the same thing. You will find product that says creatine monohydrate. What exactly would you get?
Yeah.
If you got the purity, do you have anything you need inside? Is it cut with, I don't know,
a million?
Yeah, well, I know the big one in Europe was like when I was back in Ireland, you always look for Creapure because you knew it came out of that one German facility. But outside of that, that's all I ever knew about when I was looking for creatine.
Creapure is a 99.9 pure creatine monohydrate. So if we have and those are trademark products.
Yes.
They are not patent. There's just a trademark. So it's marketing at the base. But if you can find a product that got the same quality, just fine.
Yeah, going to your question, I think it's kind of, so with social media, and then there are the hot topics, because social media is definitely changing the supplement industry because it's just
influencer.
Yes, exactly.
Scientific influencer.
Because you have something like creatine, and now on my feed constantly, I don't know why they're speaking to me, but I see the creatine gummies, which obviously you're just creating a product based on that it's popular, but it's probably not a high quality good product.
The gummies, the problem is that you could not fit enough active ingredient in the gummies because you need to still have the gelatin and you still have the flavor and the sweetener. It could be sugar also.
Yeah. And based on like what people are taking creatine for now, they're taking super high doses. Like they're trying to get 20 to 30 grams a day. So
20. You will the biggest gummies you will find on the market will have 1 gram of creatine.
Yeah. So girls, stop popping.
You will eat candy all day. It would be fun. It could be fun.
It's a good way to get gummies in, just for fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to the protein again, and I know, Alex, in your lecture over the weekend in the PAB seminar, you talked about the debate of collagen versus protein. So kind of if you want to go a little into that, and then we'll tag in Robert as well.
I mean, the big difference between collagen and whey, let's just talk about whey protein, is collagen doesn't have all the essential amino acids.
It's missing tryptophan.
But it's also the ratios of the other amino acids that are there are very different than what's in whey. So in terms of muscle protein synthesis, recovery, immune health, antioxidant boosting, all that stuff, you need to take whey protein.
Yeah, but people are dairy sensitive a lot right now.
A lot of people are dairy sensitive. So you can take like a beef protein or a collagen, and that will have more impact on collagen synthesis. So there's a big debate with the collagen synthesis, right? There's people who say, well, just take whey protein and you get all the essential amino acids. Your body can make the remaining amino acids that it needs for collagen. But then the other side of the debate is, well, the collagen peptide, it's the peptide that actually stimulates the body into making more collagen.
That's right.
And then in the collagen powder, you also get the right ratio of those amino acids that your body needs to create the collagen.
Exactly.
So,
and it's true, but collagen won't be your only source of protein during the day. It shouldn't be. And you can take like your EAAs during the training, and you will have all the essentials. And then post workout, you just take a collagen based shake. It will do the job also.
Yeah.
Or you can do it. You can take it before your training. But I haven't took a post workout shake for the last 5 years, probably, since we have EAAs. I'm drinking my 2 scoops of EAAs intra workout, and then a couple of hours after the training, I will have a solid meal. So taking a shake will be like a treat, I can say. Or when I'm eating at night and I haven't checked what I was cooking, and there's not enough. And I split with my wife and say, I don't have enough, but I will
gave
take
her too much food.
Yeah, and I will take a shake right after, just before going to bed.
Yeah.
Or I put protein in my Greek yogurt in the morning to do a breakfast with some fruit. But having a protein shake post workout, it's been over 5 years, and it's been over 10 years since I've took like a stimulating pre-workout before a workout.
Like a caffeine-based.
A caffeine-based product. And those are crazy because they will put just caffeine. And what people are looking at, 400 milligram of caffeine, that's going to be perfect. And that's not what you need. You could have just a bit of stimulant, but not that much. And I'd rather have a coffee an hour before. I love the taste instead of having a candy taste.
Yeah.
Just a coffee would be just fine.
That's something that's annoying, I find, because in the industry, you get a lot of like big names and personalities always like bashing pre-workouts, saying that it's useless and it's a waste of money. But it's like they're always just talking about the high stimulant pre-workouts.
The mass market brand that are
but then it gives pre-workout as a whole a bad name, whereas like if you're like with your products, like if I'm doing a intensification phase with like really high loads, or a power phase with really high velocities, like taking the NeuroPrime will be highly beneficial. It's not a stimulant per se, but it's something that optimizes neural drive. So why not? It's not crap. The MyoPrime, it's not crap. The ENOS, it's not crap. It increases blood flow, work capacity. So it's just annoying because of the stimulant component of pre-workouts. People have this...
It's like a blanket statement.
Yeah, but you have the knowledge to know that and to show it to your student and your customer.
Yeah.
But NeuroPrime, people forgot about that you could, be so much performant using that before a strength training program, a powerlifting program, or whatever you can, using strength as a...
The NeuroPrime you can also use in terms of just
cognitive function.
Yeah, because I know Porrick likes to take it before we film podcasts. Normally when he pops the NeuroPrime.
The days I'm training, I'm mostly training just Saturday, Sunday, and one day during the week. But on Saturday and Sunday, I'm taking all my caps at breakfast, my 6 caps. But during the week, just to keep my brain active and just not using caffeine, I'm taking 3 capsules with breakfast and 3 with lunch. So it keeps me like...
So you can take all 6 at once.
Yeah. Just before training, you could try. And people say, I'm weighing 120 pounds. Should I take that? This goes with the size of your brain. So if you think you've got a smaller brain, you said it. You can take that. And at one time, I can't remember who it was. It was a doctor. I can't remember who. He said, want to know the size of your brain? You just pour your two hands together. This is approximately the size of your brain. And there was a girl in the room. She was so sad because she had tiny hands. Said, oh no, I got a small brain.
Just because we brought it up earlier, and I think we should touch on it. You brought up the importance of the organic stevia and monk fruit, so we should just go back to that before we forget about it.
We've learned a long time ago how to use stevia, and stevia, you can find stevia everywhere. They're not growing everywhere. So mostly will come from Asia and India, and non-organic will be spread so much with, stevia is 300 times sweeter than white sugar, and monk fruit, it's close to 600 times more sweet than sugar. But monk fruit right now, it goes with the demand. When we start purchasing organic stevia, let's say 10 years ago, it was $400 a kilo. Now we're closer to 120. Monk fruit now is $400 a kilo. And the people who are selling us stevia and monk fruit, they only sell that. They only do that. Stevia and monk fruit. You want regular one or you want organic one? And they got the 50%, which you can easier dose, or the 100%. The large batch we do can take the 100%, but he showed us when you're doing flavoring or sweetening a product, you put stevia, you build up, and then you got that bitter aftertaste. Then you step back and you top it with monk fruit. So it's like a sundae. So you increase
the cherry on top.
Sweetness, and when it start to be bitter, you just step back and add monk fruit to finish the sweet.
Oh, that's
taste.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why some
that's
of
why
them have
there's
both.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because if you want to put too much, like in EAAs, if you want to hide that bitter taste of the EAAs, you try to increase the stevia, and then you get bitter and bitter instead. So you just step back and you add monk fruit to. I should have said that it's a recipe. Secret recipe.
Don't give your
Colonel
secrets away.
secret recipe.
So here's another thing I like to talk about with the average person is a multivitamin. A lot of people have the question about, like, how do you know if it's a good or a bad multivitamin? And well, I'm sure you'll agree. Like, so sometimes you get a bottle and it says it's one tablet,
Yeah.
and then you look at the ingredients in that one tablet. So I was just looking at one this week, and within this one tablet, it had 300 milligrams of magnesium. And I was like, and
What's the rest?
and it was one tablet. I'm like, just that, you know that it's not a good supplement, right?
Yeah.
Like, those are like
Correct.
easy.
Because when you look at, let's say, our magnesium is a 00 capsule, so that's the standard size.
Yeah.
You can fit like magnesium 750 milligram in a capsule with magnesium, but those companies will use usually magnesium oxide, which showed like a high level of magnesium, but you don't absorb it.
Yeah.
The one thing that you can look at a multivitamin, if you don't want to take hours, all the B vitamin need to be methylated form.
Yep.
Because if they got, like, let's say, cyanocobalamin, the cyano, it's cyanur, how do you say that?
Cyanide?
Cyanide. It's a poison.
Yeah.
You need to have, and then you look at the mineral form, you need to have chelated form. So those that will be bind with amino acid. Then you get good stuff. So people that cut corner, they won't use that.
Yeah.
Because it would be too expensive.
Yeah.
So when you find a multivitamin, a one a day at $30,
Yeah. Then it's not.
you better not buying it.
That's what I said.
And-
Throw it out.
Yes. And in Canada, mostly Quebec, doctor will prescribe for pregnant women a multivitamin that I don't want to name.
Yeah.
But it's so crappy. People
So
should
bad.
not take it for the newborn.
Yep.
Better take something. If you don't want to take multivitamin, take the greens and red. Take omega-3. Like
You're
we do
better
for the
off.
kids.
Yeah.
We suggest that to our grandkid. Multivitamin, D3 spray, liquid, omega-3. Then you're good to go for
Yeah. A good basics.
the base is mostly covered.
I was going to say that just because you brought it up there, so that's somewhat one of the hard thing about when you have formulations over single ingredients is knowing how to balance what you're taking. So like if you're taking all 6 caps of the multivitamin with 2 scoops of your greens and reds, are you overdoing it?
We say someone their nutrition base is good. Let's say really good. Not 3 days a week, but really good, like you guys. I would say 3 capsules of multivitamin a day would be good, or 4. And if you take the greens and red, 3 will be enough. Because the base is good enough.
Yep.
A lot of our customer got their customer. They don't want to do like the nutrition part, or they have they have meal prep delivered to their home, and then on the weekends going to be pizzas and burger and beer. because they don't cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've always said this, and I said this in the presentation, when people don't eat well, so a lot of people are like, well, don't waste your money on supplements because you don't eat well.
Start with the base.
But I always like to say the reverse. Like, if you don't eat well, you need more supplements because you're not getting anything from your actual nutrition that you should. I mean, it's a harder sell, right? Because if someone who doesn't eat well, the likelihood of taking the supplements is harder, but technically they should.
Some people reach out, can I give Neuroprime to my kids or magnesium because they're hyperactive and they're not listening in class. So the first question would be, what are they eating for breakfast?
Yeah.
That's the problem with the
Pop-Tart and Fruit Loops don't make genius usually.
It's like everyone.
I like that one. We should put that on the shirt.
Everyone views supplements. They want them to be the magic pill.
Yep.
Like everyone's looking for the magic pill, but it's not even like it's not that. And then it goes to saying like what's ironic is it's the people who do eat well and take care of themselves that are then the ones that want to take the supplements.
You know, it's like a kind of a running gag with my wife because, you know, you have done biosignature and metabolic analytic or whatever you can imagine. So you can spot people, what's their imbalance in their body. Say, you look at a woman with bigger hips, you say she's estrogen dominant.
She's Italian.
She's Italian.
Or if you see someone, you know, with, you know, a high deposit of fat on their upper back, say, they have diabetes or they're going to be diabetic at some time. And my wife, sometime we walk on the beach and she said, you think she will need estrogen control? And then I'm looking at, I say, probably start with natural control first because she's probably eating a lot of fast food and then, you know, McDonald's control or something like that before taking supplement. Or people reaching out and say, I have tried your product, estrogen control or Cinder Slim or whatever. I didn't lose weight. Yes, but
you have to eat less also.
It's a supplement. You know, supplement will do the bridge between your nutrition habit and your training.
Yeah.
But I will say though, because me, I mean, I've been a big fan of supplements for a while, but the thing with me that I've noticed is I'm very, very bad at, like, I'm bad at feeling stuff. Like I don't
respond.
But I don't have a good connection with
mind, body,
my inner self, I guess.
Okay. We got a psychology program podcast right now.
I don't know how to explain it, but my point is I don't feel
you also have
ever.
the response factor. Some people will respond to caffeine. You know, I had dinner with John. You?
I respond to caffeine.
Oh, yeah. But like I had dinner with John and just before dinner, he took a double espresso. I said, man, are you going to sleep after that? He said, yeah, I will sleep easier. One of my sales manager also, he takes caffeine. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people will have the opposite. So maybe you don't feel it or you don't have the response to it.
But so I don't feel stuff, but here's the thing. It's when I started doing like regular blood tests that now I literally saw like blood values drastically change just from adding the supplement. So although sometimes you might not feel something working, it doesn't mean that it's not making changes in your biology.
The other thing, people will say, I'm not feeling anything on a supplement. And when they stop taking it, say,
now you feel it.
I wasn't feeling that before.
Yeah.
Like for magnesium, people start using it, say, I'm not feeling that much. And then they start having muscle cramp or not sleeping well or having sugar craving. I never had that before. Yesterday night after dinner, we were walking back to the hotel and my wife said, I would like to have a sparkling water just for the walk. I said, we'll go 7-Eleven. I had sugar craving. I never have sugar craving. So I grabbed a protein drink and I sip it walking to the hotel. I told my wife, oh my God, I'm tasting the sucralose so much because I'm not used to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's an old company. And I said, it tastes shitty as back in the day.
Yeah, it's funny how people, they don't necessarily feel when they start to feel better.
Yeah.
But we always feel when we start to feel worse.
backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is the progression. It's people say, or when they're gaining strength. So they at that level, and then they just stop and lost a bit of strength and say, oh, I'm so weak.
Yeah,
You're
please.
not that weak. You were
Compared
weak
to-
that time, but now you're not that weak. Same thing for supplement. So I'm feeling so crappy. Well, I need to take supplement all my life.
You're like,
'Cause
are you going to eat for the rest of your life? Then
Exactly.
you should
And,
take supplements.
and you know, over the year, the way the all the produce, you know, the veggies and fruit, they don't have the same value. They have started, I think, in the 80s, changing the value of fruit and veggies, and they have stopped because there was not enough, you know, like vitamin in an apple that it has in the, you know, in
Like 100 years
1940.
ago, yeah.
So they say, okay, we'll leave that the way it was.
Oh, you mean like the RDA, like
standards.
nutrition?
No, the value
facts?
inside of the
Yeah,
apple.
Yeah,
An apple a day doesn't keep the doctor
No,
away
not anymore. You need like 3
Maybe
or 4.
four apple a
Yeah.
day. You have a minimum or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's with globalization, they're growing stuff and they're picking too early, so it
Yeah.
doesn't have time to build any
Yeah.
type of nutrient.
I was surprised. I look at how they grow sugarcane, and they have to let the soil rest. So they are deforesting so much places because the soil need to be rest so it can grow back sugarcane later. And now Coca-Cola want to use back sugarcane
Oh, man.
inside their
Yeah,
Coke, so
so it's
they're gonna put so much forest down to have.
That's true. Huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they burn the sugar. This is random. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know they grow a lot of sugar cane in Florida. And then after each season, they
need to burn it
They
down.
burn it all down,
Yep.
and then let it like
Until
recover.
to the root,
Yep.
recover the soil,
Yep.
recover, and then it will
Yep.
start growing back.
That's a funny one to me, though. Like, let's make a crappy product, quote unquote, healthier. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Still, I guess
You
a
know.
little bit better for the
But
people
you know,
who drink
it's
so
like,
much.
this
Coke.
is a good example of marketing
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I will sell that with the ingredient.
yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling great. It tastes good, but nobody talk about what's inside.
We'll talk about cocaine. Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in
Yes.
it when it first
Yes.
was created.
Yeah, to give addiction to
Yeah,
people.
to give it a little jolt. You're like,
No,
"Ooh."
but to give them addiction.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
didn't think
Oh, I
about
want a
that one,
Coke.
too.
I need a Coke. I
Yeah.
want to have a Coke.
So, companies were shady even back then sometimes.
No, that
It came
hasn't
a long time ago.
changed. Yeah.
but it doesn't mean back then they knew the
Yeah.
negative side effects.
No.
It's like doctors thought that cigarettes were cool in the 1950s.
And
Yeah.
recommend it to
Yeah.
pregnant women
yeah.
to calm down, to calm down. Have a
and
good
to lose
cigarette.
weight,
Yeah.
if it was a weight loss thing. Yeah. Well, they used to give the tapeworm to people so that they could lose weight. It was in a capsule.
I mean,
this
that's
is like one of the
natural, that's
first.
good.
Huh?
It's natural.
Yeah. So they would keep the tapeworm as long as they needed to until they lost weight. They went back to the doctor and then they gave him something to kill it, and then it was gone.
Like Robert,
That was the thing.
my like when I lived in Africa in 1986, my dad, he's 6 feet tall. We arrived, he was 180 pounds. He got a tapeworm. We returned back to Canada. He was 120 pounds.
Oh my God.
That's drastic. It works.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
I think one more thing, going back to the protein, because I know we talked about this, but I think our listeners will like this. The whole New Zealand whey
Yep.
and what whey you use now and why that changed.
We have changed several years ago now. We were using New Zealand whey, coming from New Zealand, actually. That's why it's called New Zealand whey. And then we were being pissed off first because we were asking that, supplier, what are about those oil companies saying they got New Zealand whey? And are they customer of yours? Say, no, we never heard of them. And we were pissed at the time. And
So there
then
was just one,
there's only one supplier in
of
New
New
Zealand,
Zealand
called
whey.
Fonterra. This is the
Okay.
the dairy company of New Zealand. It's
Okay.
kind of the mafia of milk. And we were asking, okay, those are not, what can we do? Saying, oh, you can put our logo on it. They're putting your logo on their label. You're not doing anything about that?
Yeah.
And then we placed an order of whey isolate. And when the order came in, the COA wasn't different. It was just a number. Let's say 894 instead of 896. And we asked, what's the difference between the two numbers? Why we were always getting the other one, and now you send it, oh, this is a heat exchange process. Oh, but that's not what we want. And we got a full truckload in the warehouse. That's not what we want. We ask for a cold process filtration. Oh, we're not, exporting it to anyone. We don't ship it anymore. Then we start looking around if we have grass-fed available in North America. So there's no whey made in Canada at all. So all the whey sent to U.S. for drying and filtration. So we start looking around in the U.S. and we went to a trade show. We found people in Europe, in Finland, Norway, whatever. And then we found someone in the U.S. Because when the company's too big, you tend to be a bit...
Yeah, you don't
cautious.
trust
Not that much. But I say, yes, we have grass-fed product. It's not so popular with us, but we have it. And we, all the people who are providing milk, they're on a program called Cow First. So it's kind of a joke. Are they petting them, when they are milking them? But, they are make sure that they don't
well
give them
treated.
antibiotic, recombinant growth hormone. And, the cattle is most part of the year grass-fed because it's Wisconsin. So there's some part of the year
Free range.
and roll oat because during the winter. But then we had a sample from that company and we compare it to the New Zealand one, and the value were way higher. And then the biochemist working with us at that time said, oh, probably because it didn't stand in a container for close to 3 months.
Oh, for the transportation
Correct.
to get, yeah.
Yeah, because the other one was coming by boat and the other ones came by truck. So they just make it in the warehouse, put it in a truck, then 2 days after it's in a warehouse.
Yeah.
That's make the difference.
So now, like, you've been using the U.S. Source for 2-3 years now?
Oh, more than that, close to 5.
Okay.
Yeah. It was before COVID, actually. Probably 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have switched the whey concentrate and whey isolate. So this is also a funny part I wanted to talk. Because when people are talking about whey product, they say, oh, there's the whey and there's the isolate. Yeah, but the isolate is a whey also. There's a whey concentrate and there's a whey isolate. Yeah. And even sometime I saw you like a naturopath in Quebec making a podcast or, a reel on Instagram say, oh, is the difference between whey and isolate? So I wrote her down and say, you should educate the people right. Say, there's the concentrate, there's the isolate. There's the hydrolysate also, but there's concentrate and isolate. So people are tending to say whey is concentrate. It's concentrate.
It's still whey. Yeah,
isolate is still whey, and it still contains dairy. So this is another thing. A lot of companies will write 0 sugar, 0 lactose, 0 fat. It's not 0. It's permitted to write 0, but it's not 0. If you don't put lactase inside an isolate, you still have remaining lactose. So in people that are lactose intolerant, they will feel it because if you don't write it, it's not 0. We don't make the label by, we have looked at the other company and we made the label with the analysis we get.
Yeah.
So we have it analyzed, say, it's that amount of protein, that amount of fat, that amount of sugar. We write that, not what the market want to see.
What allows.
So you having the concentrate and the isolate, so there's in what instance are you selecting one versus the other? Like, why did you have both?
Some people are so calorie sensitive. They want to have the highest amount of protein without, the lowest fat and lowest calorie. But the concentrate got its advantage also.
Yeah, because it's delicious.
Taste is way more better.
And we're huge fans of the concentrate.
Yeah, because the isolate, Vince liked to call it, chocolate water.
Yeah.
But it's so watery.
Yeah.
When you dissolve it, it's still watery. It doesn't have any texture because there's no more fat in it, no more carbohydrate.
Carbohydrates.
Okay, so that's the.
And it's not that much.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, I want to cut carbohydrates from my
But it's like what, like 3 grams? Like what?
It's 4 grams, like
Four-
a
yeah, I mean,
scoop of
Jesus.
the concentrate.
Yeah, you can cut anywhere else rather than there.
Yeah.
And still have something
less
to
bite.
Yeah, one less bite in your sandwich at lunch. Or instead of using bread, maybe you're just eating the meat, and you can have your 4 grams of carbohydrate in your protein shake.
You know what? One thing, I think it was with you, we were talking about how you should drink your post-workout shake. So a lot of people like they drink it super, super fast, and then they wonder why they have a lot of gastric issues. But if you just take your time and you drink it a little bit more slowly, a lot of those.
If you take like 20, 30 minutes, not 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because you never, it's like a meal. You never sit to have a meal, or unless you have, you will eat in 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So a protein shake will be the same.
The same. Yep.
Wow, that is not okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I sip it, but definitely doesn't take me that.
Yeah. But I mean, so many people I see that
Chug
They
it.
gulp
chug
it.
it in like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chugging contest. And no, you can take your time.
Yeah.
If it takes 15. And, there's the other thing, the anabolic window. We're not there anymore. You got an hour to take your protein, and you need to take your protein every 3 hours or whatever. The body will adapt.
Yeah, that's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I think the trends have
yeah.
eased up from all, but because so much of the whole frequent feeding every 3 hours came from the bodybuilding world.
Correct.
Highly enhanced lifters that are synthesizing protein at a much greater rate anyways, and they're consuming so much protein that it makes sense to spread it out. But most regular folks, even athletes, like I've trained a lot of pro athletes, and people have the misconception that pro athletes are like bodybuilders when it comes to nutrition. They're not.
Nope.
They're like, if you can simplify it to 3.
They're not chemically enhanced.
That much.
Exactly.
Most are not, first of all, but they're also not into the whole bodybuilding scene. Like if they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like for them it's good.
They're gonna be good.
Because I've trained athletes, and like their routine was like a few snacks and 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
So just adding a breakfast is a huge step.
No, they're not dedicated to their nutrition.
Yeah.
So they don't want to have meal prep or anything.
Yeah.
I was thinking yesterday, because when the Jets came to town, we were talking about that. They're probably having like something in the basement of the hotel with the meal.
Oh, the football team, the Jets. Yeah.
So they probably have their nutritionist or strength coach having all the
Like the
meal
set, yeah.
prep there, and you're gonna go to the this room, and you're gonna sit there all together and have your meal, because they're gonna cross the street and go to have burrito or a McDonald's or whatever.
But it goes back to what you always say, is the peri-workout window is such a valuable time for this population, because it's the only time that you as a trainer can
You have a
truly
control.
have a control.
Like
Yes.
influence them.
So why not capitalize on it and force as much good nutrition in that time period as possible?
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
You're going to affect change to a much greater rate, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And with the EAAs, because I know you were saying 2 scoops, and so now it's
It's
100. It's per 100 pound of weight.
yeah.
We say 10 gram, and you're gonna get enough. It's same thing for the protein. You'll take a 30 gram of whey protein per 100 pound close.
Wait, who was saying? No, is it your son? What's your son's peri-workout nutrition?
He's taking 8 scoop of pentacarb. He's got a fast metabolism.
That's a thick shake.
He's taking a shaker, a bigger than that, 8 scoop of pentacarb, and he tested. Oh, at 4 I'm good. At 5 he tried 10 and he wasn't feeling good. It was a bit too much. But at 8 he says, I'm having great workout.
And he takes it during
Intra.
Yeah.
Intra.
I liked it intro when I was using it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's taking his EA inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you have a meal after.
Pork.
No,
I think that's what you need to try next.
I'm good. The most I've got up to is 2 scoops. 2 scoops is good. I like it with the beef and whey concentrate combo, 1 scoop of each.
Oh, you take it after?
After, yeah.
Try it intra workout.
Okay.
If you do like...
I don't do a ton of volume.
No.
My volume is very reasonable for what we consider volume. We're not going to get into the volume debate right now.
We do that a little bit too much recently.
In the fat loss supplement,
The Sinner Slim.
the Sinner Slim, the thing that like increases metabolism five times.
The grain of paradise?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be a cool one. That's
grain,
a good one.
Grain of paradise was found several years ago. It's called a exercise mimicker because it's going to increase the metabolism like you're exercising.
Yeah.
But you need
to exercise.
You need to exercise anyway. No, but it is what it is. But people say, "Oh, I can do that," and still eating a hot dog for breakfast. But you need to. It's going to be like I said before. It's a bridge between your activity and your habit.
So if I understand it correctly, based on the research that was done on it, it can increase your metabolism up to 5 times for about like a few hours, like 5 hours after you take it.
Correct.
But then it also...
It's not a stimulant.
It's not a stimulant.
No.
But that's with a 40-gram dose. But what if you take that 40-gram dose multiple times a day? Do you get that benefit every time you
increase your metabolism?
Yeah. Because again, on the research, what I read, it said that you burn an extra 100 calories.
Correct.
Which doesn't seem like a lot
it's
to
not
most
a lot,
people, but 100 calories from just taking a supplement
Add
is...
that,
especially if you know what you're eating.
weight train and walk.
Yeah.
Because, we all know when you walk, you run, you do cardio, you're gonna burn calorie when you're doing it and a bit after. Yeah. But weight training is, it's up to 72 hours that your metabolism is increased.
Yeah.
But people think, oh, my metabolism is increased, so I will sweat like a pig all day long. No, it's not that much.
Yeah.
It's not that much, but it will act on your metabolism for sure.
And then without any effect on your adrenals, which is the problem with all the other supplements.
Yeah. Everybody's putting caffeine in fat burner, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And people found it funny because they said, oh, what supplement are you recommending? Because I want to lose fat. And usually, I will say fish oil, magnesium.
Yep.
What about the Sinner Slim, or what about the estro control? What about the glucose control? Start with the base and check your nutrition.
Yeah.
Same thing for the kids. They ask for the kids the same thing.
Yeah.
Should I give omega-3 for my kids? He's super, hyperactive. Is he doing some sport? Is he always on, a tablet or a phone or in his video game? What is he having, for breakfast and lunch when he's at home?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds weird, but the way I always looked at like fat burning supplements, like Sinner Slim or anything else, is you need to get lean, and then once you're lean, you can take the supplement. But to me, these supplements, you use them when you want to get shredded.
Yeah,
it's like that you earn the right to use the specialization supplements.
Like if you're 26% body fat and you want to drop down to 15.
It could help you drop to, let's say, 24. It's not a miracle, but it can help. And it will have also benefit on the rest of your metabolism. Like if you take glucose control, you will have benefit on your, insulin sensitivity. It makes a difference sometimes.
Yeah, this has a huge direct impact on health. Right away. Yeah.
Because for myself, I came from a diabetic family. So my mother, my father, one of my brother, they all died because they were diabetic at the beginning. So, but it's not that killed them, but they were higher diabetic. Yeah. So I'm trying to stay low on, simple sugar or carbohydrate, and I'm taking glucose control as prevention for the berberine inside it. Yeah. And it's funny because there are so many people in podcasts. I don't want to name anybody, but I say, you could use small dose of metformin. It's a good anti-aging. But what's going to be, the effect of that in 10, 15, 20 years? Yeah. That's the other part.
Yeah, a lot
we
of.
don't-
I mean, I think a lot of functional medicine doctors were using it years ago, but I
Yeah.
think they've started to. Well, now there's the GLP-1 that works way better than the metformin.
Yeah.
But yeah, they started to pull away from it because your body adapts to it. It's the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that was really exciting for us.
Was
You
fun.
are our
Yeah.
first guest on our podcast, and it was awesome. Right before we got started, I asked, "Oh, have you done any other podcast?" And you said no. So this
Yep.
is your first podcast,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
our
our
first
first.
guest podcast. So it was absolutely an honor to have you, Robert. Thank you,
It was
and
a
thank
pleasure.
you
Yeah.
as
Thank
well.
you.
You're constantly a supporter and a sponsor for all of our events here at Kilo. So all of our students, we always greatly appreciate everything you guys have done for us. And if you're interested in ATP Labs, we dropped everything down in the description of this episode as well. And any other final thoughts from anyone?
All good?
All good.
We'll cover it.
Well, thank
Thanks.
you again.
Thank you.
And to our listeners, we'll see you again next week. Thank you.